Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obedient Family TV. The program now Hope Alive. Today we just dey hear as katakata the boss for Abuja. They say Wike na riga, na election riga for Rivers State as in take deal with P2B's LP or mandate from that very Rivers State. People just abuse and they put in head for this thing. So that one now with the carry come for this hour. They can also they bring the issue of Tinubu where don't they react as Procter and Gamble, that PNG, they leave Nigeria, they come out. We know say GSK don't already come out, and this time around another major producer of goods in Nigeria is leaving. We also get the thing where we say the Court of Appeal don't relocate from Kogi State. They won't relocate, enter another Abuja as the case might be. So plenty things when we say we won't bring comfort and we no go fail to greet on a good morning, afternoon and evening depending on a time zone as we just the enter make on for like and share and so that we go get started. And not only me go talk all these things. I get Esther for studio and two of us go do and plus our own Lucy Maxwell will go join us for Zoom. But we no go forget to mention the fact say Tinubu's crony, where if you want like make you call them associate, will be Andrew Edwards. That one where two of them they do heroin, be the other things where US then talk, not before our mad we talk up. They not talk saying don't buy. So as in don't buy, go carry them also come. So welcome, make you for join us with as Esther. They follow me there for studio.
Yes, so greetings to my wonderful, my fellow obedient and 1 million Nigerians, my people. Now hope alive our we day so. Welcome to the show Hope Alive. We get plenty things we will talk about today. The APC government and Tinubu are looking for fresh and new investors while the old one are existing. Why would the system not fair when the government are not doing the right thing? Anyway, join us on this discussion.
Yeah, so if you join us on this discussion, I beg make you for like and share your comments for inside. As Wike, the non-talk say for Abuja saying they incompetent and must resign. This thing now back to back, now then they give Wike because what he do us for Rivers State, we no go even forget them for this very time, for this lifetime. We no go forget them. Wike sold our mandate just to get ministerial job for this Tinubu's cabinet. Now he sell all the votes that we get for that very so. All these people will gather for Abuja, then they protest say make Wike comot for their town Jerry. Say they no want them for there. So we go start with that very one. And we no go fail to mention the PDP and NNPP say they don't form coalition. Yes. Coalition. Whether na Majao, we go find out. But first, make we start with this Wike stuff. So Esther, what do you think as everybody go see say children come out, you see say adults come out, you see say use blom, not only say na for street, then they waka enter inside National Assembly. They tell everybody where they, both senators where they there, both all the House of Rep, then tell them say they no want that governor of Abuja where they give Wike. Say Wike no win the election for Rivers for Abuja, yes. Making for park come out.
Exactly. You know, say Wike don't carry him Magu don't carry him hitman into the arrogance enter Abuja. You know, say Abuja na very developed and civilized place. Say
Abuja no be Rivers people.
Abuja no be Rivers State at all. When he go feel rig or do anything where he wants. There are so many people now, they are complaining that he's taking their land, he's going to the demolition building. At the end of the day, he'll still take those lands back. So, which is not supposed to be. So, they are calling on the president to come and do something, but I don't know what the president is actually going to do, since all of them belong to that group of power, the group power of grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. So, that is what he wants. The same method he applied in Rivers State, he wants to bring it to Abuja. But now I'm very glad for what in fact is a welcome development what the individuals of Abuja are doing. They are really saying no, we cannot take this. Go back to your state. This is not River State where you can do anything and get away with it.
Another thing where we say I want even to the act be say Wike in go get children. And maybe in children if they don't born they gonna get grandchildren. Say them dey school.
Exactly.
And well-meaning Nigerians there that very place. Why be say if they know come on, them go they call them their papa election rigger? You understand? Anywhere where they see Wike, them go they call them election rigger. I even hear say, he talk say all these things where they happen, say you know even concern them, say the thing no they even touch them for body myself.
Of course, like he's this arrogant type of person. He's he's a very one of the shameless politicians that we have. Sorry to say that, or whatever it may be, but the thing is that he's very, remember what he was saying about the APC government, that they are cancer. Now he has joined that same party. In fact, he's on top of the party. He's bragging, he's boasting, he wants to dominate everywhere. Remember when the period he got the FCT 001, his entourage and all that. How can you come to another man's land and you're claiming that kind of power and everything? You now want to, in fact, he's demolishing so many things, markets everywhere, companies, which is
first,
not right.
You know, say as he enter first, he sack the whole people where they for
market,
market, he sack them come
all the head of market.
The parasites where they under Abuja, he sack them come out finish.
Yes.
Now, you know, say as a Supreme Court don't tell them say Abuja na 27 states. So now governor na him be for Abuja. But the people where in one government talk say they no want
them. They don't want them.
And he no go shamelessly resign. You know, because then they talk resign. We care for Nigeria, you know, they for their blood to resign. You understand? But anyway, shall we go to follow the things as the thing they take they come out from Abuja. The encouragement when we dey here for Obedient Family TV, but encourage the youths and well-meaning Nigerians, wherever they if they see bad thing, make them talk am. Wike is an election rigger, a confirmed election rigger in Rivers State. So we don't confirm that one. And anywhere in his lifetime, when I see him one-on-one, I go call him election rigger times 10 over. Because what he do us, no be small thing. And no action was taken. INEC dey there throughout that time. And then talk say for their law, say them go prosecute people, but they no prosecute. But anyway, I encourage people when they do, make them no let down their this, make them no tire, so to speak. Make una dey there, make una deal with am well for that place until he come out for that Abuja. No let am rest. With that very one, we go move, make we enter the second thing we say we get for table. PDP and NMPP, they won't form coalition. Now, whether a merger, we never understand. And not only the two of them, they get another 5 other parties where they join together. There's a group of 7 opposition political parties joining to do this coalition. Yeah. Now, I know that the last time they on interview, the Labour Party chairman said, of course, if a coalition, if it boils down coalition, that they are going to join the coalition. But I want to believe that it should be for the opposition talk, you know, in earnest, not just to go, because by the time we start going into association with PDP and other party for the purposes of coalition, maybe because my understanding of coalition really, Esther, is that you join hands together for a common goal, but not, you might differ in your interest. You understand me?
Yes.
So with that, we encourage them to actually, you know, come together and then see how they could be able to change, especially what is happening to the judiciary. Because we understand that the judiciary has been captured and nothing much is happening so far. In Nigeria, it's been taken for like a one-party state, that everybody is just focusing on what the executive says. What the executive says goes for the judiciary. What the executive says goes for the for the legislatures. You understand me? So with that, what do you also have to?
Anyway, it's a very good idea. The coalition is a very good idea. Like you talked before, whether a coalition or merger, we never know. But all we hope for is let it be a very strong opposition that is going to oppose the ruling party, which is APC. Because we've seen what they have done just in just these few months back. We've seen what they've turned the whole system, they've turned Nigeria, the whole country upside down, which is not supposed to be. So the coalition wants it to be strong, and we don't want it to be for a personal interest or any party, but rather we want it to be a strong opposition that is going to fight this corrupt government, fight them to their root, keep them on their toes.
Yes.
Tell them the things to do always.
Yes, and talking about putting them on their toes, let's look at another pertinent issue that we have to keep them on their toes. One, Tinubu's assistant, so to speak, Temitope Ajayi, has reacted. And you know, when you are acting for the presidency, when you react, the assumption is that you have actually spoken the minds of the president.
Yes.
So now, the news is all over the place that JSK has exited. You understand me? Now, P&J, that is the Procter & Gamble, has also left. Now, we have what this Temitope Ajayi said, which is on the screen, that I want our viewers to hear. This is Tinubu speaking. That you'll be so ashamed of hearing from this man what he thinks. Now, he said, just like that of JSK, the news of Procter & Gamble leaving Nigeria is dominating the airwaves. As sad as such news may appear, it is important to also note that hundreds of high-impact local and multinational businesses are opening in Nigeria in the same economy. The stories of major blue chips and other big businesses that are expanding their production lines to increase output hardly makes headlines. One foreign business decides to leave Nigeria for whatever reason, it will dominate the mainstream media and social media as if the country is going into extinction. Businesses, both small and big, file for bankruptcy and close shops every other day in America, Europe, and other countries. That a business decides to leave a jurisdiction or wind down operation does not necessarily mean an inclement environment. A business can fail as a result of bad management and wrong investment. And then come put a picture of the people who talk say come invest for Nigeria. People who come do pure water for Nigeria. Pure water. Nine presidents, they tweet. And they proud to the talk say countries, companies, they come out from Nigeria. You can imagine. Coming from the presidency, that a major company that is producing healthcare products has left Nigeria, and then we have another multinational company that is leaving. It's not even touching them because they will always go outside Nigeria to have their health check and all the rest of it. It is very, very, very appalling. I mean, Esther, let's even take a dive into this. This man, from what he has written so far, he's seriously suggesting, say other foreign companies, they enter Nigeria. Say that one, they know they talk about them. Say the only one where we say them they talk about. Now the ones where we say then they leave. I won't ask this Temitope Ajayi, which company where in mind the correct go enter Nigeria to begin do production where light no day, water no day, dollar day for 1,000 something. Which company go day crazy enough to enter Nigeria say they won't do business? Of
course, Mr. Kanu. So when the system fails, nobody will risk investment in such a company or such a nation or country again. Now, this was the same story we heard about JSK, I think last year. And since then, the question we're going to ask ourselves, which other strong pharmaceutical company has entered? Now, we saw the price of Augmentin yesterday from 1,000 plus to like 50-something thousand. I don't even know who is going to purchase that amount of drugs. Now, this company is, this P&J company will soon leave. They produce, I think they have their products like Oral-B, Pampers, Ariel. That was what I saw. I was like, oh, so this is why. I don't know the last time you saw Ariel, Mr. Kanu, Ariel detergent. Yeah. It's been a very long time. I was like, oh, so this is why this product has not been in the market. Now we're going to watch out for the hike in household commodities coming in the next few months. Is going to be on a very, very high side because these companies, the truth of the matter is that the environment is no longer conducive for them.
Exactly.
They can no longer compete.
They can't even work with the illegitimate government that is in power. But anyway, I will also encourage these people who are protesting in Abuja, not just for resignation of Wike that they are doing, but also to look at it from the perspective of asking this commander-in-chief who is giving orders for our people in the north to be killed and tying the borders down, because the Niger Republic border is still closed. Most of the borders over there, and it's affecting the northerners, that our own brothers in the north, you understand? Yes, and he said he's a Muslim ticket. What is the VP doing for his people in the first place? But anyway, I think we have a video of Wike's, the people who are protesting and what they are demanding for. I mean, they called him names and they should call him more names, because Wike deserves was very well. He deserves it even more. Let's take a listen to what the Abuja residents are demanding, the resignation of Wike and more. Let's take a listen.
That Wike must go. Wike must go. He is an unnecessary distraction in the FCT. But President Bola Tinubu must remove Wike as Minister of FCT. He's bringing unnecessary distraction to the government. We as responsible citizens, we cannot accept this kind of uncouth, indecorous person to continue to pilot the affairs of FCT. His actions are avoidably controversial and hurting, and his diction has been foul, combative, and condescending, as if he is a deliberate punishment sent to the people of the Federal Capital Territory by President Tinubu. Nyeson Wike's alleged penchant for land grabbing and cronyism has begun to emerge, as some of the land reforms are suspected to be targeted at dispossessing Nigerians of their properties and reacquiring them through cronies. There is tension in the FCT today under the brutal and sometimes criminal Wike is coming menace. His recent clash with the governor of Rivers State, Sasim Similai Puvara, isn't just a mere political disagreement, but a display of dirty politics that has no place in a civilized society. Wike's preoccupation with personal vendetta has diverted his attention from his primary responsibility, neglecting the critical objectives set by the federal government for the FCT. Wike's high-handedness in land policies, the revocation of lands, perceived animosity towards a particular section of the country, and the alarming manner in which lands are allocated risks of high-level corruption. It is evident that the action of Mr. Wike do not align with the government agenda for reforms and development in the FCT. Mr. Wike's tactics, reminiscent of an emperor, which is exhibited during his tenure as governor of Rivers State. And these are detrimental to the progress and growth we seek for our FCT and the nation at large. Furthermore, Wike's disregard for decorum in media address and his reckless...
So, Esther, these people will be say the protests where they happen there, I think they are doing the right thing.
Exactly.
And like we've said, we might not have to hit it, but I noticed that our own UC Maxwell is now on Zoom joining us. So Maxwell, you there, Abuja? Welcome back to Abuja. I hear say where you waka na the place person go travel, like saying they go Europe before you go reach there. Even I hear say from Abuja to that, I think Meduguri, say if you and person where they fly go UK, the person where they go UK go enter in house, settle down, finish before you myself where they travel from Abuja to Meduguri. But welcome back. So please tell us what is happening in Abuja between these protesters requesting for Nyeson Wike to go and calling him master rigger of election in Rivers State. tell us what is the atmosphere like in Abuja. Do you think that he will do the horrible thing to resign, or you think that he will do the normal things that politicians do and stay put in Abuja as the governor of Abuja?
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kanu. Good evening to you. Good evening to everybody. It's good to be back to the capital city. Is the issues surrounding the protest and the request for the resignation of Nyeson Wike is on the premise that there have been a lot of marginalizations with the people who are indigenous to the Federal Capital Territory, as well the fact that Nyeson Wike has not been fair with his style of obtaining lands or evoking lands from people and also giving out lands. Of course, there are claims that he's giving out lands to his cronies and the likes. However, I would like to come at this from an angle to buttress the fact that the position of Minister of Abuja is not by law restricted to a particular tribe or to a particular region or to the people indigenous to Abuja according to the lettered words of the laws. However, we must recognize the peculiarity of the Federal Capital Territory, even though the courts have made a mockery of the special nature or the peculiarity of Abuja, but we must recognize the fact that Abuja is a territory within the Federal Republic of Nigeria that has its own people, its own tribe that are indigenous to the territory. We are talking about, I think there are three major tribes, which is the Bagis, and then you have the Gwandaras, and I think there's a third one that are indigenous to Abuja. Now, bearing in mind the fact that the Constitution does not make provision for an executive office of governor or deputy governor of the territory called Abuja, it becomes important to recognize these people, whom of course the government have not been fair to. I've outlined several times about how there was a certain master plan that was meant to push the entire indigenous people of Abuja out of Abuja, or what people may call the outskirts of Abuja, and relocate them there, away from their fatherland, away from their homes, chasing them away, basically their fatherland. But now, these people are now making very, very instructive statements and are requesting that they become recognized in FCT Abuja. Bearing in mind, you would attest to the fact that these things have risen again due to the pronouncement of the court stating that the Federal Capital Territory Abuja has no special status. And now they are now saying, if we do not have a special status by the judgment of the courts, then we should also enjoy what every other state is enjoying. The state conducts elections to put people to the office of governor. We should also have the right to put somebody in the office of governor, or the person who holds the office of the Minister of FCT should be indigenous to FCT Abuja. And of course, you know that there have been various relocation of lands in Abuja since Nyeson Wike became the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. He has revoked tens and thousands of lands owned by people, and there are claims that has been allocating many to his cronies, to his friends, to his political allies. These are claims that exist, and these things actually should be checked to ensure that these people who have hit this, who are making
like say network get a small distance again. But while we expect Maxwell to reconnect and explain more to us, let's take some other things that we have this thing. Now, we know that FBI has released a report, or actually announced a report to one of the courts in the US that Andrew Edwards, who is actually an associate or as deposed on affidavit of Kelvin Morse, So that this Andrew Edwards has died.
It's late.
It's late. So we want to look at it from the perspective of Tinubu's crony who died. As you can see it reported in major media handles, you know, that the Federal Bureau of Investigation has informed the U.S. Federal Court that a former Chicago mobster, Andrew Edwards, you know, with connections to Tinubu, has died. Now, it's a talking point for many people, but where we are concerned is for the FBI should release those redacted documents that are with them. And now that they are positioned Andrew Edwards as a subject and not Tinubu, I think they should bring out the whole things as it should be, you know.
Yes, since one of the cartel men is no more, so I think Tinubu's name was mentioned in the drug dealings with.
Not just mentioned, it was multiple places. Even the bank accounts that they were talking about all belong to Tinubu.
Has the names and all that. So I think now that one of his cartel men, Andrew, I think the last redacted document they released has Andrew's name. Then we are also pleading to the head FBI to all equally release the documents of Tinubu. At least we know that, okay, fine, the deal is already
the one that they did not remove all the things that they keep removing.
Exactly.
So that we can see clearly
the way it is without adding anything inside and without removing.
Well, we are in December and they promise that every month that they will be releasing it. The one of November has come out and we have seen what they remove. I think it's about 230 pages.
Yes.
And we are hoping that in this December they are going to release the ones that the names are not redacted or majorly. What are we interested on? Not that it matters, but it forms as a closure for us, knowing when Ahmed Bola Tinubu went to the US, what he did in the US, and the schools he attended to. We need to have a closure on all of those things. But we'll come back to that very story some other time. But let's know if UC Maxwell is back with us. Is he there? Okay, Maxwell is still finding it difficult to okay, yes, I can hear you now, Maxwell. I can hear you now. Please, let's make it sharply.
Okay, thank you very much for that. You see, what I was trying to say is that the actions of Nyeson Wike since he got to the office have been largely questionable, and that has left the people who are indigenous to FCT in doubt. And you can see that it is not just the people who are indigenous to FCT. You see a lot of coalition and civil society organizations that are joining in, and these people are coming from the angle that Nyeson Wike has not been just in his affairs as minister of the FCT, judging by his antecedents and all he has been doing in office. So I think that these things need to be checked. Whenever people hit the street to protest against actions of government, they need to be checked and make sure that the people are happy and the people are contented with how the government treats them. Because at the end of the day, that is the crux of a democratic society, that it should be a government that revolves around the people, a government of the people, by the people, and definitely for the people. So that's it about the FCT protest. And you would agree with me finally that these are as a result of the court's pronouncement. The court failed to recognize the special, the special nature of FCT, and it is backfiring, and that's why we are seeing a lot of kickbacks today in this.
Everyone on FCT. I want to make you touch the issue of PDP and NNPP alliance, or what they call a coalition with 5 other political parties. How do you think that this will help this democracy, especially is coming together of our opposition parties? And do you think that Labour Party and P2B will endorse this very coalition?
Okay, Mr. Kanu, regarding the coalition of concerned, they called it the coalition of concerned political parties. If you check carefully, 7 parties that have come together and are trying to form this coalition with the 2 leading parties, which is PDP and the NNPP. We also have political parties including the SDP. We also have the People's Allied Movement, that is the PAM, and other notable political parties that have come together to see how, you know, they can dislodge the APC. It's a welcome development. I would, however, like to comment on this from the fact that, Mr. Kanu, what we should be having in Nigeria is a democracy, and a democracy should be one that recognizes multi-party system. What we have in Nigeria is a dominant party system and not a multi-party system. A system where a political party looks for every means to come into power, and once they get power, they become the dominant party, making sure that they continue to take over government without, either by hook or by crook, without giving opportunities for other political parties to find the seats. While these coalitions are actually welcome, I fear, because if we see 7 political parties, 7 coming together to form a coalition to dislodge one political party, it only tells you how much the rot has gone. For a multi-party system in a democratic society, every political party should have the ability on its own to get power as chosen by the people. So because of how much the rot has been, these things are not new. Remember that it was the same thing with the PDP. The PDP had promised Nigerians that they were going to hold on to power for about 50 years until he got to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and he was not willing to, you know, play the dirty game, and he relinquished power. We know all the ills that goes on every time there's an election in Nigeria. Will this coalition be the problem to be the solution to the problems that have been created by the APC? I think that we can see in the coming days. However, if we have a political party that has entrenched corruption and has corrupted every institution of government, I begin to fear of the possibility of even a coalition taking power. But like I said, it is a step in the right direction, because we can see that the APC as an organization, as an entity, has fully corrupted and made sure that other institutions no longer function independently. By other institutions, I'm talking about the judiciary, independent bodies like INEC, the National Assembly. They have corrupted each and every one of these institutions in a way that once they are sure to get judgment once they are sure to be declared by INEC, they are also sure to corrupt every institution of the judiciary to ensure that they get judgment from our courts. So I commend the idea of a coalition. We are going to see in the coming days how much or how far this coalition is going to go. Remember that Atiku Abubakar had called for a coalition in order to be able to have a proper opposition against the APC government. Peter Obi had also made the same statement, calling for a coalition to dislodge the APC and to play a very key and important role in opposition. If they are doing this coalition, I hope that it is not just in preparation for election in 2027, because what we have in our hands currently is an imminent problem that we need to solve. We have seen a criminal, a party called the APC, are they ready to play a proper opposition to even dislodge this party before we get to an electionary season? These are important questions. How much are they able to bring in the people, citizens, to ensure that we don't see, Mr. Kanu, we are over 200 million. And you can imagine that the people who voted, I'm not sure that we had more than 25 million voters in the last elections, or either 25 to 28 million voters. And this is actually an insult that even we cannot get a good percentage or number of voters in Nigeria to come and choose their leaders. So if this coalition is going to play the role proper as a good and worthy opposition, as we have been seeing lately, how Peter Obi is calling out the ills of government, calling out the excessive spendings with full shadow party of the APM and what he's doing with the Lagos state government. These are the key opposition roles that we need to see these people start playing going forward. Then we can now begin to take them serious.
To protect the democracy and help this issue of state capture and the idea of a one-party nation as it's turning out to be. Now, I want you to briefly react to this very issue of Procter and Gamble are leaving Nigeria. We know that GSK has left, but this very Procter and Gamble, who produces several things that we are using right here in Nigeria, have expressed their desire to leave Nigeria based on the present circumstance that we find ourselves in this government. And the reaction coming from the presidency in the, let's call it Tinubu's reaction, so to speak, is that other companies are coming in and both in the mainstream media and in the social media, we have been talking about the people who are leaving, but we're not talking about people who are coming in. Did you or have you seen or have you heard of any company that is really serious coming into this Nigerian economy to do business? Maxwell, can you hear me? Okay.
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 What we are seeing currently is that the Tinubu style of government, which is his own pattern of government, we are seeing them spending excessively, going to Dubai, going to the UAE, going to the United Kingdom, going to the United States, going to several countries in the name of looking for investors who are going to come into Nigeria and invest in the economy of Nigeria to see an economic boom. However, the investors that are already here are leaving. We saw GSK left. We are seeing P&G leaving. There are several other countries. Several other companies that are about to leave the country. But what this same criminal government is interested in is wasting the people's money, going abroad and claiming that they are looking for investors. The problem is that they've not solved the real issues. The real issues is the corruption that has bedeviled our society. Very recently, Mr. Kanu, we passed what's it called? Alternative Disputes Resolution Act, which was passed by the National Assembly. How do people believe that you are ready for alternative dispute resolution, even being a signatory to an international convention that deals with alternative dispute resolution, when you do not enforce judgments in your country? How will companies come here when they are not guaranteed that the courts can give them justice if they have any challenges, if they have corporate problems that they need to settle in court, corporate disputes that they need to settle in court? You need to solve the problems on ground, and when these problems are solved, they are going to see investors coming into the country. There is no guaranteed security. Of course, we saw how the military bombed over about 120 or 150 innocent Nigerians. Nothing has been done about it. How do you expect an investor to take such a country serious? How? It means that one day such investor can wake up and see that his businesses have been burnt up by the government, and there will not be any proper explanation. Nobody is going to take the fall for it, and we just move on like that as if nothing is happening. So we are not yet serious to see Nigeria moving forward from the point it is to another level, to a place of economic boom. For us to have economic boom, we need to solve our light issues. We need to solve our light issues. We see a country where we are making huge budgets on energy, on electricity, but it is not reflective. We cannot generate proper electricity. Recently, we saw that, in fact, a bag of onions today is about 100,000 naira. That same bag of onions earlier this year was about 16,000 naira. You can imagine the difference. And yet, we don't have enough onions to go around Nigeria, but we are taking onions to neighboring countries. So we are not yet serious with governance. When we are serious with governance, these companies will stay. These investors will stay. They are finding business difficult. How much do you want a company to continue to spend on diesel? A liter of diesel today is about 1,300 naira. How do you expect a company to continue to run on diesel when there is no guaranteed electric supply? How do you expect a company to stay in Nigeria when there is no guaranteed justice in the judiciary? How do you expect a country to stay when the economic policies, the investment policies, the commerce policies in Nigeria are not favorable even to Nigerians, talk less of foreigners? So it's unrealistic, and we are going to see more people leaving. It's not because I'm a prophet of doom. No, far from it. I'm speaking from what the current statistics are. But it's unfortunate that the current people who have been giving government don't believe in statistics and numbers, as they will say. Now statistics will go chop. They called Peter Obi warehouse economy. They asked him whether now statistics will go chop. But look at it today, it's staring us in the face. The numbers don't lie anymore. Inflation rate at over 30%. 30% inflation rate. What are we talking about? Come on, let's be realistic in this country. We cannot keep on spending money, traveling abroad, wasting it on houses, and expecting investors to come. Meanwhile, the ones that are here, they are not trying to cheat them. We will only be a country that is only joking.
Okay, thank you very much, Maxwell, for joining us today. And as you explain, we understand them. As you think they touch me, say this Niger hope still there. So thank you for joining us today. And our people, as I know, 2 days ago, we explained, say, the chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, 21 billion naira budgeted, in non come out, can't deny, talk saying. But some people know they understand what thing would they do. Now, opposition will be when we see something, we go talk calm. You understand? And when we hear something, we go talk calm. By doing that, then they come out, they open up the whole thing as it take be. So the chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, don't come out say no be 21 billion. But waiting in no explain, give us now how many billion, 9 them budget for that in office, the computer and all the other things where they there. But anyway, we they follow them back to back as the thing take be. And also, would they get all the things so we say budget defense, they say reps, full over absence of INEC chairman. INEC chairman, no one come on, go meet them, make them come defend the budget of 2024, where we say Nkari go give them billions, and then still leave that INEC chairman there, making them bring them budget, and all of them are cronies. Any house of rep person will shout again, say they rig the election. Now we go do am shege banza. Because I don't know why I go there. The same person one they shout. When I go stay there and I no change the law where on a day. Why I no go fit change the law where on a day still there National Assembly. All the people will say on a enter there. If especially from LP side, we know say now because of the obedience, you understand me, yes, and then carry them enter. Movement. Now, without obedience, then go rig them out. Exactly. Now, what thing we do? Now, as you don't enter for that very place, make you for champion reform. This electoral law, all the loopholes where they're there. Why una no go begin on time now? Begin to talk about that thing every day. Make we for change some of those things when they plan against 2027. Yes. Why they no go begin they do them, you understand? Exactly. If you reach that time now, you go begin carry the whole of your money, they go give them for court. Because already court na transaction then they do. Exactly. So if you no want do reforms now as they talk to now, if you no want do reforms, now if no one do this electoral act, change them or amend them, make una dey ready for 2027 when you come out. If we hear pin for on our mouth say na rig on our election, we know say na una first plan the rigging. Only say e no work for our own side. So the best thing now na to join hand as una dey there, make una amend the electoral law when we get. So that 2027 e go there straightforward. Even if we like make everybody vote for inside the house, we go do am. We fit do am. Exactly. E go happen for this Naija. After all, dem talk say we no go fit do phone call. MTN come, e work. Several things. Light no dey for Naija. Go Benin Republic. Light go there. Go Ghana. Light go there. All these things dey possible. Make una for change. Na that very one now go talk reach for today. Until tomorrow, make una for like and share this video, make e reach other obedient and well-meaning Nigerians. We go dey comot, dem call us officially the opposition. And when we comot every day, we go dey talk the things wey be say government dey do wrong. See wetin happen for Kaduna. Tinubu never comot, come talk wetin happen for Kaduna and tell the people how dem go take begin dey live their life as all the people for that village, dem don dey call them terrorists. Another one go happen again. Na for inside the same wey talk say dem go protect the Muslims. Na dem dey kill Muslims. With that one, our people, make una like and share. And if you never subscribe, make you never comot until you hit that very button wey there for that very place. Because we are the oppositions and we keep coming out every day. As we come out, we depend on you. So, abeg, until tomorrow again, we come your way. Bye for now. Thank you.